Busha for ne adofo nyina ye mamu nyina akwa babjom eba akwaito bosem so me da nwuma adwumade bia sane yedi no in there musom for HRFPK metie go topic I be discuss or see uniting the black diaspora. Uniting the black diaspora. Not just ye ka ebibifo wo akwanja and I say akwantuo mu no abom uniting the black diaspora. Ye name Harrison Poku ne ba be de dwumade na ase na be na chebe person me da aboafo a wo so yasne de dwumade ebremo ase yada feel good services ase feel good services adaroma and then de dwumade ebremo and I de ba mabobo ano so op feel good services chira kwan asa wo call feelgoodservices@gmail.com onsa ebecom omo professionalism is beyond all boundaries and measures. So na carter stitches adaroma and ya kama ya de dwumade ebremo yenua Harrison Poku ampom te say
minya na adum bia boko.
Nice. Me who watch it?
I did. Ohio die musun bamusa. Sa.
Ohio musun bamusa.
I
say the search here.
Means a song, but if you don't want to be seen now, you won't be seen.
Sir.
If you person do who see, I bet you do.
But we do who see. No cray. Now Harrison Poku, see I say uniting the black diaspora. A very, very tough friend said topic to discuss today. And you know, I know you, but our viewers may not know you. Because there's a lot of good things out here in the community. And I mean, say, tree near day, mount. Well, I say, I'm grading seats in there. You may do C class, and then you may do you've been half and half. You've been half and half, so you've been able to do tree broth, you've been English. Then they bear no, you're the frafras. See, I say, Harrison Poku crap on a Poku and not Opoku.
A Poku Obianca. Me papa says so because say Opoku I mean
Chenaso
and Poku.
A Poku Harrison Poku.
That's right.
Yo, it's because Harrison Poku cry Harrison Poku on that one.
Harrison Poku me obia I have a lot of different titles. I me mo nim papa e free Bunu Ahafo Bunu East Techimai. And omo wo me Italy. And me nyini e wa America. In Ghana, there me need any type of close relationship, but me need na mababe building more love and loyalty for baby and mama and papa free.
Okay. Now, Bono East in the Hiver side, I will borrow from.
Me papa free Techimai, and I me free in Kwabe in Kransa.
In Kransa. NKZ. 1 hour me fee, and our papa free Techimai Krumpa. Oh, I see. Techima de Miniho. Sir. And Krazen, I mean, mentioned any more to say, but Techima de Minopa. Honor Papa, you need to be anti me call him because Ghana Honor me first home. Techima, yeah. That's beautiful. Yo, into the Ufi, Honor also, you Italy, to Ufi Italy, no. Give us the, starting from Italy, from Italy, Italy, no, now you war Italy, no, say, oh, yeah, it's very hard to live in those conditions because now racism, my friend America racism, now will Italy be because Italy now you cry they didn't have the same black leaders. I know more America by more to say Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, or more come for the justice of black people into Italy. Kruma na so you tuntuma. Ed then said, "But you know, my very prosperous or successful." Into me, my papa who. So I say it would be hard for me to be successful as a young man into Yabba America. And I had by America, about Ohio. I say Ohio and Bishan Brofocan. Italiano, io sono italiano, molto bene. Molto bene. Say pizza, hai capito? Tutto Italiano Americano. And your friend in your program no?
Parliamo, tutto bene.
Mi impara na French and crap for the Italy. But me Portuguese kakra you get to them Portuguese there the
more viewers
we obucho bia na sa near the course yo international yen toaso 2 feet to abedu na besua brofo kan uko high school when fa
me call high school Northland High School is the north side of Columbus inti me ba ya me ye Ghana nia me brofo tree ni telling kwa me kan me call school me who say na kata for no tete me obi be kan no America for kasem your friend bullying because say na me nye akatani na me African but nyame ma me gift bia se uhuru me kwampa me de kojare se nya ade a me breaki it me so me find new ways e be sua brofo e be knowing the system
oba no what dey saying
Me buy na mo 6th grade. Into buy na mo D11 going 12.
Oh, okay.
Into you can say I'm Americanized.
Okay. Wow. Have you gone to 12? Not feeling now, but this young bro. Not say.
I think I'm about to Italy no quantity. In Italia me share me style. Bibia Italian style no mudi hurume.
I'm pissed off. Share baggy.
Ah, me share baggy. Sometimes me buy my Jimmy Box haircut. Will Smith the new bino.
Oh, Freshman of Bel-Air.
Freshman of Bel-Air. That time nothing I'm for GG waves. The new bino. Me there. My trap punk in a 6th grade. I cut for no ceremony na minamo.
Who TJ?
Me TJ. Say na I know na Italy me the chef fans kakra. Into me buy America. I know na. We feel some better chef fans by.
Na enkati through.
Enkati through man.
Okay, okay. It's almost no. Whilst we were trying to crush you, suppress you, sink you, no one almost shovel day. Almost shovel common day. They didn't know say you're about to explode like a volcano.
That's right.
And right now, no. You are the CEO for Black Excellence. Black Excellence. When we say Black Excellence, I see anything.
Black Excellence, I like the word excellence, and I got the word excellent from a man that you definitely know well, Mr. Pipim. And he always talks about don't be good, but strive to be excellent. So the word excellent is something that pushes me to strive for better achievement. And then the word black. The word black is a word that sometimes it puts fear in people, and sometimes it makes people aware. It's a strong word. And people always ask me, hey, why not? And I'm like, hey, if you add all the colors and mix them all together, it's black. But pretty much the word Black Excellent is supposed to be a word that's supposed to give you motivation for you to strive to be whatever you want to be and be the best version of yourself. So that's the word Black Excellence.
Okay. And how long you've had this Black Excellence going on?
This Black Excellent movement and conversation and platform has been going on for 3 years now, going on to 4 years. We've had many different changes, levels, and of course you learn whenever you start a movement or a conversation. So we've been in the game 3 years going on to 4.
Oh wow. And what are some of the challenges putting this together and also the people involved in?
Some of the challenges putting this together is, first of all, you're promoting to a specific audience. Even though you have the door open to anybody coming in, you're strategic on who you want to be in the building, because you want to, first of all, we want to unite all the Africans in Columbus, as far as East, West, South, Central, because we have different Somalians, Nigerians, Guinea, so many different people within Africa. But when it comes to coming together and being able to be one voice, to be able to let a legislative rule or something be passed by, it's hard to do if we're not united. So those are some of the challenges, just promoting, letting people be aware of things like that. But those are the few challenges. But so far, to be honest, I've had a lot of good feedback more than the bad feedback.
Okay, so someone may ask, why Columbus? Because if what you're doing is that good now, why are you limiting yourself to just Columbus?
Just Columbus.
And not Ohio and maybe United States as a whole, maybe as time goes on. What is the long-term and the short-term goals when it comes to Black Excellence? Then we're going to right into our topic.
I love that, man. Right now, I'm starting in my city, in my community, where I'm more comfortable at. That's the reason why I've been focusing in Columbus, because I am in Columbus, and all the resources, the people that I know, my network, everything is in Columbus. We do have a future goal. Of course, everybody wants everything to be international, worldwide. But one of my favorite quotes that my dad tells me all the time: cut your coat according to your size. So far, but
you don't say cut your coat according to your size. Cut your coat according to your material. Because you may have a big size, but you don't have material. You don't have material. Say, come down. And I say, you wouldn't say what the only document for. But we bottom see that is your material in your pocket. Until right now, you cut your coat according to your material, not the size. Because size need the
that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, but go ahead.
But pretty much some of the long visions for it is to be able to host conferences, bring businesses together. The main thing is bringing people together from the entire diaspora, and we can find ways to network, exchange business ideas, culture, food, and even intermingle in marriages and relationships. You never know. All I know that is bigger than us. I know that a lot of leaders in the past had a vision or a dream to see, you know how they always say United States of Africa, anything like that. But I just feel that the more Black people are united, it's good for the whole world and other races as well.
Let me ask you this question. I got 2 questions for you.
Yeah. Hey, you can have. Hey, it's your floor. You can have all the questions, man. It's your.
Why you, Harrison Poku, to do this? Why you? Everybody that we have right now, whether being in the industry, whether being in Columbus, whether being not in the industry, why you? Why do you think, say, that you have the mandate to make this happen? What are the qualities and the where from all this exuberance that makes you think, say, Harrison Poku is the person to make it happen? Is it because they say you are the superstar in soccer back in the days in Columbus, and I say Harrison Poku used to throw parties like we used to know you to be? You know, why you?
I honestly feel that is a calling, and I don't say this a lot. Like, you know, everybody's always a calling, God, but I feel that because of my lifestyle and what I've been through.
What have you been through?
I've been through trying to live this American dream. And with trying to live this American dream, you do things that when you look back, you thank God that there wasn't social media to have all these things captured, or else your reputation would be a whole different thing. So I've been through trying to fit in, because when you are a foreigner and you come to a country, you want to fit in. And when you want to fit in, you do anything to fit in. And I did a lot of things trying to fit in, trying to be cool. You get there, you learn the game, you become the game, you master the game. And then thank God for a good mother that I have, that I always say that her prayers are what keeps me alive and keeps me going. So just having that balance and knowing that I have a praying mother, I know that my vision and my dreams have updated and have grown from when I was in college and just getting out of college. So I really feel like it's my calling to do it.
Talking about mother, things that you've done, try to fit in. Are we under the impression that you were doing some things that were more of social vices that was not called for? Maybe we were doing some things that were not pleasant. Do you mind talking about it? Maybe somebody might be in a similar situation like you and probably think they can never get out of it. So with your experience and maybe how you made it through, they might have that feel. Like, you know what, hey, this is it for me to make this happen.
One of the things I would say trying to fit in was I jumped into throwing parties, as you say, and with throwing parties and being the organizer behind what name you're going to name the party, putting it together and things like that, it comes with a lot of attention. And if you don't know how to handle attention, people praising you, people always dapping you up, people always saying, oh man, people putting their expectations on you. If you don't know how to handle that, it's very hard for you to go through depression or start stress, because you're like, man, people are expecting me to do this, so like I have to live up to what their expectations and things are. And with that, you surround yourself with people that sometimes will influence you to do things that you never thought you would do because of the home that you come from. I started to smoke, which was something that nobody will probably ever know, because I was a soccer player, as you already know. So I never saw myself doing some of the things that I did, but once I jumped myself into, okay, I want to throw parties, I want to make money, I want to live that lime life, I want to live that fast life, because that's what everybody was chasing back then. And when you're good at it, you'd be like, man. So my biggest dream back then was to be like P. Diddy. Like, that was like my biggest vision. Like, I want to just be like P. Diddy, have a record label, signing people, be in the club, popping bottles. I'm out here hosting, doing little things like that. But now that I've grown out of that, I have a bigger vision. And now when I look at being like P. Diddy, that's like, man, like that's just the stepping stone. That was just the fun part. So I think knowing your mistakes and errors will help you out.
So the detour in your life has a lot of miles to render back to the next generation.
Yes, sir.
Because you knew that when you was trying to face that, you know, target or that route, there was a big block in front of you. You can't make it, so you have to make a detour.
That's right.
And you know, sometimes when you detour, there's a lot of miles that you have to accumulate.
That's right.
And some of them you may not come out of it.
That's true.
Some you can come out of it.
That's true.
So, you know, now understand why black excellence is important, and that you having the mandate to lead black excellence to make this happen is very important, because your credibility speaks for itself.
That's true.
And basically the way you just laid them down and presented it to our viewers and everybody watching right now can just testify to the fact that you know what you're talking about. You've been there, done that, conquered, and now you're ready to render, hey, you know what, I'm gonna just tell you the truth.
Tell the truth.
It's better for you not to go through what I did.
That's
because
true.
Not everybody can come out of it. There's not a lot of people that you started with
are
either deported or they're not alive.
Jail, locked up. Yes,
and they're locked up too. That is even the least that you can get out of it. So with that being said, now let's go into your main topic, or our main topic for today, uniting the black diaspora. Why do you think it's important to unite the black diaspora? Why?
I feel that it is important to unite because it's always good to share information. Sharing information builds cultures, it builds people. If you don't know something, somebody knows something. If people from the Eastern world did not travel maybe to the Western world, they wouldn't have found certain resources, certain material that now are super famous. So I think that the black community, the black culture, and we all know blackness started in Africa. You can argue with facts biblically, scientifically. Black people came from Africa. And of course, over centuries, we have black people across the entire world. Everybody has a different journey, how they got there. So because of that, there's a lot of separation. And I believe that if we come together, and of course, being a skin complexion, it makes you feel more comfortable. Like, oh man, you're black too. But I feel that if black people come together to share ideas, networks, it will better everybody's life around. So that's why I think it's important for black people to unite.
Okay, so if Johnny Smith or Johnny Doe living somewhere, okay, we're in Ohio, so let's go with a tri-state, Kentucky. All right. John Doe comes through, they'll be like, hey, you know what? I feel like we have some Caucasians or white in coat, some white folks not succeeding to the blueprint that was set forth for the white folks.
Yeah.
So let's say I'm playing the role of Johnny or John Doe, and I come up with the fact that, hey, I want to start white excellence. Will you see that as a supremacy movement or a racial movement?
I would not. I would judge them by if they're a racial supremacy by what their mission statement is. What is their main focus? What is their goal? If their goal is to help white people who are less fortunate build up so that they could, I guess, fix your credit, or I'm saying something like that, then hey, that's their lane. I'm gonna make sure that I stay in my lane and speak a language that my people can understand. So if them calling themselves that helps their group out, help them recruit people, and for them to help each other out, I have no problem with them doing it. But if they're just exclusive, for example, Black Excellence, we partner up with any organization, Hispanic, whites, Latino, anything. So we don't have a exclusion as far as we only work with black people, because we know that the work cannot be done with the help of everybody. And even all the movements back in the late civil rights movements, many people in these movements were white. So you would be surprised to see somebody on my board member be white. You'd be like, well, you got a white board member for Black Excellence, so the door is open to anybody. So white excellence, I just be like, hey, keep doing what you're doing.
So you don't think we could have found another name just to, you know, go with it instead of
Black Excellence?
Yes.
Sometimes, you know, some names, when you hear it, it just empowers you. For example, being Ghanaian, if they say Black Star, like you hit your chest, like, man, I'm a Black Star.
You go Wakanda with it.
You, man, forget Wakanda, man. You go ha ha. You know what I'm saying? So Black Excellence, I knew that it was a name that if you heard it, it will make you fix your tie. You know what I'm saying? If you heard it, it will make you analyze your own personal success. That, okay, you're black, you know that, but are you excellent? Are you striving to be the excellent in your own world, in your own bubble, like I would say? So pretty much the word Black Excellence, I have had a few, not a lot of controversy, but people saying, oh, so what if, and I've had people, even when I send out an invitation, they'll be like, oh, can I come because I'm white? And I'm like, yeah, of course you could come, man. It never stopped you in the first place. You could. I
just feel like it's a roadblocker for me if I'm brown. I mean, I'm black. But let's say if I'm brown, then it's like, you know, or maybe I'm of a different color of what you represent, and I want to show up. I don't want to look sell out because of what the stigma behind it. The name, you know what I'm saying? Even though your motives and your mission statement and everything is just, you know, it's centered and core on excellence, a lot of people may sit back and be like, you know what, well, this is what it is, man. If my body Johnny sees me over there, Johnny might think I'm a sellout, even though I'm just in to promote excellence. Because there's a lot of people who do not understand the diversity inclusion and how genius diversity inclusion can make people be.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm looking at this from different angle and perspective, and you are too, at the end of the day, we both going to reach the target, but from different paths. And you'll get to understand that, you know what, I was born and raised thinking this way is the only way for me to penetrate. But this is the case whereby Johnny, who's of a different race, different color, is telling that, you know what, the best way to make it is actually taking care of your credit. And once you take care of your credit will take care of yourself. But I'm over there trying to save all this money, and some people don't even believe in bank account. See, this is all culture that people have grew up into. You've given us the importance of why uniting the black diaspora is important. Now, how do we do that? From your Black Excellence movement, how do we do this? How do we unite? And on what basis can we make it?
The one basis that from doing events and being out in the community, I've realized that there's 3 things that all humanity brings people together. Number 1, food. Everybody loves food. Number 2, music. Music, which everybody loves music. And number 3 is sports. So I try to use these 3 things that bring people together to be like, okay, this is going to be the main core to the conversation we're about to have. So I bring the food, meaning that I bring different food that you never had before. So if you never had Sierra Leone jollof before, that day you're going to have Sierra Leone jollof. If you never heard a Nigerian song before, that day you're going to hear a Nigerian song. If you never knew that, oh, there's people in Europe that play soccer and they're from this place, you're going to get attached to, oh man, I did not know that that black guy was African. So pretty much I try to use those 3 things to have everybody in the room. And sometimes you'll be surprised that if somebody don't come in there and say, I'm from here, you would think everybody's from the same place. And I think that's the magic that happens. I really hope I could capture the environment whenever I do events with all the different races and the people from Haiti, people from Jamaica. And it's like, after the 3rd question, everybody's like, man, we feel the same way too. So next thing you know, is people are starting to feel more comfortable with each other. And I've seen people get married, come into an event that I had where like they got to know each other. A lot of relationship has been built. So I always say that during events, whenever you have a vision to plan something and bringing people together, once you bring people together, their faith will do the work. So I'm not here to promise people that, hey, if you come, you're going to invest, you're going to make this much money. But if you come with a mindset of, okay, I want to learn more about other ethnicities, I want to know how to, you got to make money anywhere. And you got to learn that, hey, I didn't know that was a hustle over there. You'd be like, okay, well, and so many things have sparked up with everybody coming together. So, but like I said, those are the 3 main things that I always use as my foundation.
Is your focus just the African community or the islanders?
The focus is African Americans, Africans, and Caribbeans. And sometimes we like, even digging deeper, like people say there are even black people in Asia. There's black people, like it's black people everywhere. Everywhere. We just haven't found a way to connect everybody to be like, hey, you're black, you're going through the same thing I went through. Everybody gets persecuted being dark skinned. Anywhere you go, like Brazil. It's a huge black Afro population in Brazil, but you don't really see them a lot. Even, I mean, just be honest, the Brazilian national team, soccer players. When I was in Ghana, I thought Brazil wasn't like an European country where all of them were pretty much white, but there are a lot of black folk, of course, Pelé, but I didn't even believe Pelé was from there at first, being young and seeing
that was one of those Africans who migrated
and went there. So pretty much there's a lot of black folks, and hopefully one day all of us will find a way to be like, hey, it's okay to be black and be proud.
Okay, so we did talk about music, we did talk about food and sports, how to bring them together. In this case, what are some of the challenges that you think you might encounter try to bring this together? Because look, we're dealing with people that have premeditated mindset, and that is the African culture, that's the African nature. People have premeditated mindset, thinking like, you know what, you, Harrison, never suffered from slavery. I never suffered from slavery. True. But we got people that talk about, oh, the white man gonna do this to me. The white man. Why we still dwelling on stuff that happened 400 years ago?
400 years ago.
Matter of fact, this December you'll return back to Africa. Go back to Africa and go figure it out yourself how things happen. Why we dwelling on things that happened 400 years ago? People are still living in those stone ages.
Those stone ages.
Talking to the kids, educating the kids, raising kids, thinking that everything that happens to them is because the white man did it to them. Why? Why with that kind of mentality? How are we gonna make things happen with that kind of mentality? That is where my problem is. That is where my concern is. So how are we gonna make this happen?
Something that I realize is the older generation has a harder time, I would say, probably coming together because, like you said, everybody already has their mind made up. An African already has their mind made up on how they feel about Black Americans. Black Americans have their mind already made up how they feel about Caribbeans. Caribbeans already have their mind made up how they feel about.
Before you go into details, let's go ahead and read this our viewers' comments real quick.
Okay.
Josephine said, "Good evening, bro." Josephine is also from Italy, so maybe says you're looking good. Oh, thank you very much. Africa wear papa. But I said, why did I say this? She said deep topic. She said, "Come star."
Tutto bene.
Tutto bene, right? Wow. She said he's so cute. Well, I guess I'm never cute, so because I've never seen this coming before. So we whatever fans in your mind. Yeah, what do you say? Matuse Bello. What is Matuse Bello?
Tuse bello, you are cute.
Oh, that's what you said.
Yeah, Tuse
okay.
bello.
Okay.
Grazie.
Grazie.
And
okay.
She look good too. I don't even know how she looked like, but she look good too.
That's how you know. You don't even know what you're talking about. How you gonna say somebody look good? What if she's 5'2" or 5'1"?
Hey, listen, you can find beauty in anything, man.
That's true. That's true. Italian kids are always smart. I'm not surprised, cry. Okay, so let's go back to. And she said, right. Black excellence is important. Onalia Efriye said he looks a little like LeBron James. Well, but he got hair though. LeBron James is missing his.
I gotta get his influence. I gotta get his influence. Why
didn't you play basketball, something like that?
I played basketball in middle school, high school a little. I tried out, but I loved soccer and I liked basketball because growing up in Italy and Ghana, soccer is everything. My dream was to be the first black player to play for Italy, but Balotelli beat me to it. So I was
okay. Well, the way you play, I don't know why you still not playing national team. I mean, that's maybe something that you can talk about another time. All right, Dr. Felix Michael's question said, there are people born to change the trajectory of history, and certainly Mr. Poku, Mr. President. Why do they call him Mr. President?
I used to be the president of Strive Youth Ministry, so.
What's that?
Strive Youth Ministry.
What is that?
It's a prayer line organization, and they've been active for more than 8 years now, and we get members, we lose members, but the main core of what the mission is, striving young people to still be connected to God, is still there. So that's why I met him at, and he's amazing too.
All right. So he said it's equally yoked to change the life course of his community and people. Basically, that is what it is right now with what the viewers are saying. Viewers, also do not forget to keep bringing your comments and also your questions. I'm not doing this by myself. I'm doing this with everybody. So please bring your questions and your comments, and we are going to ask them for you. And I know my brother is very, very well equipped and ready to answer all those questions. So back to answering the part of uniting how people think, changing the perspective of how people think, and also how people were raised and grew up, and how we're gonna unite with all this premeditated mindset.
I'll say now we live in a generation that we could do so much. Social media, and the young generation right now is hungry to unite, and I feel like they're more hungrier than before because there's so much diversities and things going on now. And like I said earlier, because of music, because of Jay-Z, is a white kid somewhere that has no problem with black people, maybe because their favorite artist is Jay-Z. So like I said, there are a lot of different boundaries that are, we're not where we want to be at, but we're definitely going to get there. And I know it's not going to be perfect, but as long as we're striving and we're having a conversation, you know how Christians say, even if you save one soul, you've done something. So even if I could make a friendship between two different cultures or two different ethnicities, for them to be friends, I think that's better than nothing.
Okay, so we're gonna go on a quick commercial break, and after we get back, we're gonna make sure we dive deeper into the uniting Black diaspora. I mean, I'm so edgy when it comes to that part. I don't know how we're gonna make that happen.
Got you.
But we're gonna figure out from your expertise.
That's right.
How this is gonna be possible. Please, viewers, please, share, invite your friends. It's so saddened when you guys request a show in English and we give it to you and we're not getting their response back from what you guys requested for. And two, it's so disheartening when a topic that really needs to be said to the people are not reaching to the people. Like when it comes to mental health, a very, very great, important umbrella. But yet we have struggles, people listen to it. I bet you if I have somebody right now in the studio who just have a sex tape running, everybody gonna keep pushing and spreading that gospel for people to come hear it. That's one thing that's not uniting the Black diaspora. So you see, when we try to connect the dots, those are the simple dots that we need to put together and run with it. We're gonna go for a quick commercial break and come back. We're gonna watch a little video about mental health program coming up in Ghana, December 14th, exactly 2 weeks from today. And we will come back and still in the studio with our guest, Harrison Poku. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Now we are from Fredinia. Now we are from Fredinia, cousin or Obuase or Fanko Taifa, Obuase down Suma. Kumasi Ashtown, the Chemso, no Muna, intimate. Now, Sassam will Oka, that's a call, I could see as a Fredinia now. That is how we unite the Black diaspora. That is how we can unite the Black diaspora. Before you call for commercial break, no, Bema Harrison Poku and Nay Dinkomo, Samre. Bema feel good services abekaya home na ade ba kwa me didn't say for things to go according to plan and how it's supposed to be, you have to make sure the mindset and then the psychological setting and the fusion of the psychological and culture integration is at a settled pace, and something like that can come forward. So Harrison, we were talking about the fact that how you're gonna make things happen when it comes to uniting and some of the things to do to unite it. But before you go into continuation, we'd like to welcome Feel Good Services in the studio to be part of the program tonight.
Excellent. Yo, that's it. I was listening to Harrison and I was like, man, I gotta come in and ask a few questions, and also Grace, because it's a deep topic which needs addressing.
Simple.
Yeah. Harrison, yes. So take us to the steps and strategies you're gonna take us to unite the Black diaspora.
I honestly think it all starts. So, like you said earlier, it's all the mindset. And to get to the mind, you have to talk and hear things. So the main thing that I'm doing right now with my capital, with my resources, with my strength, is starting the conversation, keeping the conversation alive, building relationships, allowing people to start something. So that is the first thing. And then, of course, jumping onto social media and highlighting, putting positive messages out there, highlighting good things that are happening. Sometimes we forget all the good things that happen. So we just talk about, oh, these people are fighting. So I honestly think those are the foundational steps that I'm taking right now. And I know that it's not just going to take me. It's going to take me and other organizations, entities, probably celebrities, sports organizations, to really find a way to help the Black community all across the diaspora. So that's what I think is my initial foundation to how we could unite the Black diaspora across the world.
And so do you have any support, and when it comes to monetary support, when it comes to that, or is all just you, like you did mention your finances?
So far it's just me. As far as when it comes to making events, of course I have a team that helps out, organize, put things, decorate while we're doing events. I have a lot of people in the city who, whenever I call them to come be on the panel discussion or to come to the radio to do something, they are quick to come because they see the importance of uniting, especially the entire Africans in Columbus, as far as coming together and voting for somebody, or coming together and making a decision that will affect the community. So far, I'm not taking money from no corporation or entity. It's just me and the goodness of people in the community that make it easier for me to be engaging.
Okay, feel good. Do you have any questions or contributions to what?
I don't know if you know about the organization AppNet.
AppNet, yes. I've done 3 events with them this year. There's an AppNet. I know there's AppNet Cincinnati. They're much heavier, and they have one in Columbus. And I've been partnering with the AppNet organization.
Because they also do with African professionals. And,
African professionals.
It's a good network.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And working with them definitely is great. The other thing is, talking about what Harrison has been talking about the whole time. I think it's about time that we come together. As the host said, people might say, "Oh, what about white for so come on?" They've been together all this time.
All the time.
There's nothing new. If they say they come together to do whatever, it's been there. And
they've been doing it.
No, I'm not focusing about they coming together. Is the name?
The name. No, which I understand. I'm getting to a point. What Harrison is trying to do, which I believe that we should all back him in doing it, is that now there are so many resources that are out there. There are so much opportunities out there. There are so much knowledge, and all of that out there. But united we stand, divided we fall.
That's true.
It is about time that the black community comes together and they share what we have.
Share what we have.
Right? So when we have that common front, that common unified front now, then it's very easy to disseminate information.
That's true.
To share knowledge, to run programs which will affect us. And that I had the opportunity to be at Clifton,
wow.
The Clifton SDA
Yes, yes.
And I was telling them, that is a multicultural church. And I was telling them, now, if you seek help, right, it is important to seek help from someone that you have some cultural bonding with. Right?
Feel comfortable with.
Yeah, exactly. There are so many things that goes untold. People all know and in the organization, in your experience, and with what you're trying to do, there comes a time where I might need a financial expert, right? I go to an American or especially a white person, try to talk to them about some financial problems. Right? There are certain things we all know, we can dispute all we want, but that is how it is.
Oh yeah,
there are certain things you say culturally, they don't get it because it's like, why you said it? Why you taking care of your cousin?
Why do you need that?
Why do you need that? They don't get it because they look at your gross income or your net income and it looks huge enough. So what are you talking about? You can invest 5,000 or 6,000 in this venture.
That's true.
Right? But there's someone who is culturally competent, who understands you from where you're coming from, can be like, oh, dude, I understand what you're saying, but look at it this way.
Look at this way.
You see what I'm saying? So it is very important that we have that network, we build that kind of comradeship,
That's true.
and then we'll be able to lift each other up because we've been in the trenches for long. Man.
That's true.
And it's about time.
That's true.
Again, another school of thought may ask. This is my opinion. Before we even go to the school of thought, I for one think, man, like the problem is not about the other race. The problem is our race.
Our race meaning Ghanaians, meaning Ghanaians.
Yeah, no, black.
Just the black. Okay.
The problem is the black race, and you may agree to disagree, or you may be like, you know what, PK has a point, but whether I have a point or not, from where I stand and what I see, you cannot change the world if you don't change yourself. If you want to see a bigger impact, it's a little impact that you start with yourself, magnitudes into that, or magnifies into that, scope that you want to see. See, the black race has been cool and settled with the status quo for a long time, and we understand the brainwash that we put into the next generation to the next generation. It takes a lot of people with courage like you, a lot of people with courage like him, a lot of people with courage like us to come and say it as it is, and just not being loved for saying it as it is. Because already before you start talking, right, another person just watching you from your own angle. Think about it, right? Anytime you have to go say something in a multicultural, multiracial setting, right, the first people that start judging, you know how in communication we have something that we call the receptacles and also interference, right? Your main interference are the people of your same caliber. Or you think you're better now? What's so good you have to offer? What's so good you have to say to make this happen? So I think the whole meat of, uniting needs to be marinated a little bit. We have to marinate the meat a little bit before we start grilling it. Because once we go to the grill, everything's okay. That's we fixing ourselves. And once we fix ourselves and we go to the grill, it's getting time. And now together we can make it happen. So one school of thought may say, all this that you're saying is all good and juicy and everything, until the reality hits. And what is the reality? People rebelling against their own. How do we lose Martin Luther King? How do we lose Malcolm X? These were people that were coming for Pan-Africanism.
Where Harrison showed.
Oh, no.
Go first so that you have the final say on this one, right? But for we now can but it's for the Metias and say. So what's the problem if you have before now, right? Solution also has to start from somewhere. The problem did not start overnight, which is very true because they all I faced it a lot of times with what I do, and I don't want to steal the show, but with what I do, right? Sometimes the people in the industry, the mental health workers, look like you, like, dude, what you have to, right? So I definitely get it, but then it takes one person to also break the chain. It took one person to decide to say, talk and what. It took one person to conscientize the system. It took one person to be like, okay, let's make sure say most black men are in jail before their kids start growing. Therefore, they grow without a father, and then by the time they grow, all they know is it's okay to do X, Y, and Z, and they also end up over there. It took a group of people to make sure say all these things happen. Therefore, it will take one person, it will take a group of people to also make sure say the Yakache over centuries, so the story is untold and retold.
I think so. You're saying the same thing that I'm saying.
Exactly, and what I'm trying to say is
because remember the end say, do not go to the front with the war fronts, or no, do not go to a gunfight with knives.
Very nice.
Because if we dealing, mine was more like an advice to you, and also looking at it from a different perspective where I stand.
And that is what I'm just adding on.
No, me tell you, but my point I'm just making it say when it goes that way, and I say you always looking at because we say talk about setting, right? Having a setting, having people come together. But if you're not breaking that cycle now, at the end of the day, they'll come to the setting and go back with the same way. So look at how to hit the individuals, how to fix themselves. That's how because you talking to me, and all I'm getting is the group setting, instead of the individual therapy.
And obviously the individualism, when they come to a group situation and they see some of the things, the stories they hear, it sparks something within them like, man, if this person can make it here, I can make it too. Something that I've realized, like I was just watching the Harriet Tubman movie, and to see that she had to run and walk for over 100 miles to get to freedom, and that was just recently. It wasn't like not too long ago. There's a lot that we have been through, but in every season or every era, you see black people coming together. For example, the Black Wall Street. It was one of the most big 5 families in that community had airplanes. The business was going right, and of course, and I get what you're saying that we have the thing that we always blame it the white man as far as the white man did it, but there are things that the white men did do. Like,
is it happening now?
It's not happening now, but they've already done the main damage. If you already mess up the foundation, now you don't really have to do that much damage. All you gotta do is you do less damage than before, because now you just. And I'm not dependent on them. I feel that now we should learn the mistakes that our brothers and sisters did back then. The Black Panther movement, when it first started, it was known, of course, for them having guns and stuff like that. But they were doing good for the community, feeding children. They were doing a lot. Even the Harlem Renaissance, when music and culture came in Harlem, these were beautiful things that were happening. And of course, once they see that we're coming, and you are right, once they see that we're coming together and we don't need them and we could really depend on ourselves, of course they'll try to do some strings to divide us. So all I'm doing now is keeping the conversation and finding ways that nothing will separate us. I ain't in this alone, man. I pray. So Jesus, be with me.
Because the reason I'm saying that is I started in 3 or 4 diversity programs in the Air Force, right? And most of the things that I see is people are still dwelling on something that happened 400 years ago. Instead of looking at what I can do. Because massa, this is my target. I'm hitting the target. I don't care about whatever is happening. Bibi told me I'm blaming myself. I'm blaming nature for it happening. I'm not gonna blame say, oh, there was a time whereby I had a conversation with Phil. Phil is the reason why this is happening to me. And there was a time whereby now Phil used to persecute me about things that I used to do whenever I'm coming up, right? Yeah, for JJ, for example, JJ so don't know those days. When you have toilet or fear, you be fear you be toilet because you shouldn't have a toilet in your house. What's the mechanism? Oh, wow. That was the persecution back then. So a lot of rich folks, private sectors, was disassembled because of how the people were trying to be rich. So people were scared to be rich. People were not saving the banks. People were hiding their money. What's the mechanism? That is not happening right now. But there are some people that still think so. Oh, I said because of ABC. They see me and I'm in person. How are we going to reconcile? How are we going to unite? Maybe it should not be able to know. We should unite by facing what it is.
No? Generational inheritance. It's not the anything. I'm not inheritance and doing so. Now, to the Okedi, it is very true. But let's also look at it this way. Me, mom, personally, I don't try to blame people so much, right? I try to look at how can I change the situation right now
that you've been put in.
But what it is I cannot be. Like me, because what happens in this world, things happens to us are caused by Yankasa. And today is very important to say we all say the same thing, but I'm just trying to look at it in a different way. Definitely. It is very important to say we try to also solve the problems of others. And by doing so, it solves our problem and solves the problem for community.
That's true.
And I said the society. Because PK, the Okani, it's very true. But let's not also forget to say some of the problems are also systematic. If you don't solve the systematic problem now, no matter how hard or how difficult you try to solve the individual problem, you will not be able to move on from there. An example is what I quickly mentioned earlier. If the system is having it to such a point to say, in some communities, before you turn age 5, your dad will be in jail. By accident, by architecture. What was it?
So why don't you move?
It's not that easy.
Is it that easy? Chairman?
Oh. I mean, like I said,
it's not that easy. The other thing also said, now when it comes to the black community, now you're right. And that is what I also want to really touch on, for which I came in.
You can never be successful if you're comfortable.
Never. Sometimes, we always want to blame others, but then we're also not doing anything to change the situation.
Thank you.
Okay, it works both ways. Both happens. Therefore, you have to tackle both. The Americans say, yeah, as blacks, yeah, as Africans, yeah, as people of African descent. What we also have to do, they say, there is this problem, which is the systemic one, which is the things that has happened in the past, which is affecting us today. No two ways about it. But how do we change the story now? Right? So now, we have to change our position. And because it's not that easy. That person that lives on section 8, it's that easy for them to move from one point to point B. That person by whom the calculation in the income gross.
Okay.
Does not allow them
but get to a point, but as we proceed, my can't on the federal to us on that service a bit to us. Do you know, sir, moving out of the way, do you know, sir, there's some communities, right? When you move out now, the fear of them moving out into the movie, and not the fear of say, oh, minimum will be out, how am I gonna go make it? The fear is when you move out, you can't come back for family reunion. Because then you the sellout. Or you think that you better now you drive a truck, now you don't move out, got better life and everything. The fear of coming back, Okay, so then I'll never come back then. And that's what I was gonna say. As we proceed with that one to go on to the next point, then I have some questions to read from the viewers too.
Okay, no problem.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I mean, what I was saying is even in Ghana, like how sometimes there's a person which you be surprised, you be like, you've never left Kumasi since you were like, it's somebody that's probably in their 50s or 60s and they've probably never left the city because of whatever circumstances they're in. We do have some people in certain communities where, like he was talking about Section 8 and stuff like that, who really have the hard times to really make financial decisions as far as, okay, I'm going to move from here to a different city. So everybody, and like I said, it's not always bad like the way we think it is. There are some people who are striving, beating against odds. But all I'm saying is for black people, it's always harder for us, no matter what. And somebody could be like, and so what? You should be going, but why does it have to be like that sometimes? But we always have to be harder, read harder, do everything 10 times more to even get to the regular position of a white person. So like I said, there's a lot of ways to do it, and
that I agree. From it. That I agree. You read actually for comments and then for response and benefit now, because we have to go into a field goods program coming up now. Mike, Dr. Michael Felix question say, whites are not afraid of an uniformed black person. That's deep. They build their worth on black information and knowledge. That's also fact. Blacks are afraid of blacks. See, that's what the issue is. Why am I afraid of you? Because when we know nya asema, enya ade e betanase aka e be dani to you. Me know nya asema, enya ade a ye be twa so am say e be dani rivalry. So, me know be delay crap say, hey, Charlie, Phil is doing something or say me di me sika ko shame na me support no. Me suro so ochine bi no ankofa obetwa abo me. Because of the premeditated, out of what Dr. Question I can know. Because I mean, we are sure and now because if we fix ourselves, it's more psychological than we think it is. Issue that I question is very more. Say because there's the word psychological as a psychiatric. Psychological. What's a mechanism that we think it is? No, that's what I think. So we need to wait now in a very good thing, no, but focus or integration, you know, on individual. Ratification. I say, what can I say? Purification. That would be the best way to know. Now, the query I say, which does not create a well-deserved vision for black progress. What person more true can say? I call the next question for that one.
Yeah, Dr. Kano, very true, and that is what we're talking about.
It's hard for us to come together. It
is very difficult to get to the individuals. That is why you do it through groups, because it's much easier to get to a black community. It's much easier to get to a black church on every channel. In doing that, you know, then you're touching the hearts and the minds of the individuals. Then when that change, you know, happens on the individual level now, then it will begin to manifest on the bigger scale. Because myself, the economy now is very, very true. So you see, right? We are our own evil. And which I perfectly agree. But as you also said, you know, it's a psychological thing. And any psychological thing, it means that you have been conscientized over a period of time. Hence, you see something to be normal, if even it is not. And that is why there's this one man that says, give me a child for the first 7 years of their lives and I'll make them who I want them to be. It means to say, I will teach them, conscientize them, you know, mentally, you know, enslave them, and then they'll be mine forever. And you know, the Ekanina is just about the same. But
that's a Catholic Church.
What I'm saying is that you just have to get to the people.
To the people.
However possible. And then give them the message. You know, and Harrison says something which I want to repeat. If you are able to impact that one life now, that is your success story. Okay. Change doesn't come overnight.
Change doesn't come overnight.
And you now they want to also flip the world around overnight.
Right. Nicholas Gaji say, guys, please, all I can say is blacks needs to educate themselves and build their communities. Whatever happened to the slaves has become history. However, our current generation needs to create our own path and leave legacies for future generations. Period.
That's what we're trying to create now.
Period. So,
disagree. It's not like sorry.
No. Y'all can Philip. He used the word history. So history, Yabakosem.
Right.
Your real fuel is still there.
Right.
But let's not dwell on it.
Yes.
Because if you dwell on it now, no, because that's what y'all can want to say. That's I think he has just said it all.
But if you don't dwell on it, you still feel the effect, though. It's a lot of people who don't dwell on stuff, but the effect is still there, and you don't talk about it. And that's when you come in the mental, and then it has been building And then it's like some people get fixed, but not everybody's getting fixed.
It's like sitting in a car, you're still carrying your load. What's a make I said, no. The load is in the trunk. It's like taking your past experience to a new relationship. Because it's all baby, it's all baby artists. You're not gonna make that relationship work. What's a make I said, no.
Let me say something here. Our past is there for a reason. It is a stepping stone, a building point for us. Dear Nicholas Ekano, I agree with him, say, we shouldn't make our past our present. What about
right?
Or our future. Dear Essino, Essi. But I was saying, share a dear few. I was saying, ye share dear Essi. It is very important. I was saying, ye timi who bia ye fever. Ye timi who bia ye. Therefore, when we forget about the past, when we don't talk about the past,
Uncle say don't forget to.
Okay.
Okay.
And you know, when we don't have that discussion, see, a man who said 400 years ago, which is very far away from us. But see, you will not understand when one black person is standing up against authority. If they don't understand that one. What am I saying? Nicholas, I'm not saying said you can hear you. I'm just building a point from the.
So what you told me then or say we should patronize black-owned business just like how others, especially white, support their own by joining forces and building financial institutions to develop their communities, like the Jewish community. One big support community. I'm so proud of them. The way, like Unya, can feel by now that mental way now, explode. By now, black excellence now, explode. What's American said, and they will guide and coach you. So I think say, another Dr. Quincy Sabeb, I'll say the US has endless opportunities. There is no such thing as a white system. Yes, it is only created in the black mind that there is a thing called white system. The US system was created to create opportunities. Only few have figured out the algorithms of the system, which is a fact.
And my whole thing is, if you're a black person and you figured it out, know that okay, you're blessed. You're one of the chosen ones. You figured it out. Now that you figure it out, come back and help other people figure it out. Everybody's that's it. And
stop right there. Hey. Come back and help others figure it out. That is what the challenge is. That's where we're missing the connecting dots.
Yeah, challenges comes with opportunities. So you're right. That's where the challenge is, and that's why there's an opportunity.
But so think about it, right? I don't know. Say, I feel one mingle with so much black communities. If you've mingled with so much black communities, what I'm talking about, like that with the people. I mean, with Juma, you go to communities where there's a lot of. But growing up with black friends, and some people will tell you, say. I used to ride. Remember that BMW that I used to have with the rims on? When we comes to Columbus and we go to the Dublin, right? I used to be told, say, oh, car where they want to be in farm behind me. So, and that's how they bet you to Canada. It's a block so. What's in America? I said, why? Say, my buy a DM. None can be a funny say, me car cry a Gaia. Just supporting yeah. What kind of car say other time say Bibini, and yes, car, the first thing everybody wants to think about is say, Harrison could this get through. But say,
because it's so like it's like that lifestyle to us is a movie. It's like so if you see somebody doing it,
it's on your feel cannot make maybe point to say how do we get people the individual now or but one individual near impacting the life. How do we hit that person right on the spot for that person to spread that tentacles? Say this is what needs to be done to make this movement effective and meaningful. That is what my concern is right now. Say how do we connect that dot? Come back to the community, because me see me boy be on my office partner, and me come off because they took the same program. Or my office partner, guy making it big in the Air Force, right? Big things he's doing, no. But until me come back, Florence, South Carolina. I didn't so family union or couple the papa ma be sharp until was cause so come back our boys in the Bekuno. Because right now our truck is gonna sound like you think you're better than us, or you think you just you're a coward, you couldn't sit here and make it with us. Do you know what they call making with us in the neighborhood? Selling dope and drugs. That's not making it.
Every say a known Harrison identifier or try or better tackle, right?
That's what
exactly. And once again, change is not overnight, and it takes one person to start it. And you know, with what we're saying is it's about time, say, we go back and then give back to our societies. I think, say, that is the purpose of humanity.
Yes, sir.
Now, there's always going to be that outlaw person. Oh, no. Judas, no, can you say for no,
Judas for no also.
Exactly, because population not double. Until no we are 12, and then one Judas. Until every 12 we are baby and they will back. So therefore, no Judas for that.
But this time around, the Judas are more. The ratio then is not 12:1. It's probably 1:12.
Charlie, they are still good people.
Oh no, they can't say they are not good people.
So
they can't say they are not good people. So with the ratio there, and I'm saying, well, ratio now what they ban no. The Judases are more than.
No, that's a good thing to talk about. If there's more, because the reason I say this is to say what I've realized, and because this is where when you figure out the power, the strategies, Hollywood is popular because whatever Hollywood projects, you see, you believe, you receive it. Hollywood, that's why America is what it is, because of Hollywood. When a white person is able to make a problem that is a 1% problem, but make it seem like it's a 99% problem to the world, you would think like the story you just gave about your friend. Let's say it's only 3% this situation happening, but the way they will blow this 3%, it'll make you think all black people. Like my mom watched Maury, the show Maury and Steve. All that. When she first moved to America, she thought all black Americans were having problems with baby mama and baby daddy issues and stuff like that. But it was slight of the people that happened to. So my whole thing is, how do we also highlight the good things so that we can highlight more good things?
End it over there for you to answer this question too. Then we move on because our time is past you. Don't know. Are you trying to tell me that there are more communities out there that will welcome back a lot of good mated black people than those that will not welcome?
Oh yeah, oh yes. Yeah. And if
there are more black communities out there that will welcome you that move out of the community.
But then as a black man, I'm gonna speak facts. If you made your bed, you gotta lay in it. If you left your neighborhood and let's say you was robbing people, killing, and you this and you ran off.
No, we talk about the person that was from like the
let's take me. Let's
the bottom of the totem pole. Made it out of the bottom of the totem pole, went out, did something good, came back to the community and want to give back to the community.
I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to use myself as an example. One of my friends that we lived in Greenwich, and Greenwich was one of the first Akata areas where Ghanaians first started to move there. And I moved there with my family, and like I told you earlier, all my friends were black Americans. Once I started to change my lifestyle, and they could feel it, they could see it, because I'm not smoking no more, I'm not drinking, I'm not in the club no more. They see what I'm doing. I used to think that, man, they're going to see me as, man, you a cornball now. You wearing suits and ties now. Or you soft now. And you know, as men, we want to be matches all the time. You'll be surprised that my inboxes and DMs, and when people see me, like, yo, Harrison, bro, yo, I'm so proud of you, man. Yo, I can't believe you're doing this. One of my friends, he just committed suicide 3 months ago. Before he committed the suicide, oh, yeah, I'm going to tell you more about it later on. He was like, yo, Harrison, I never thought I would see anybody in our community, even knowing the mayor or having interviews with the city council members. Like, they never pictured it. So when I'm around, it's like, man, like, they're excited. Of course, if I go in there not as a humble person thinking I'm better than them, of course, people, that's human beings naturally. But as far as them being excited to have you back and talk to the youth, because most of my friends got kids now. And you can tell your life changes once you have kids. I mean, of course, you could testify. Right. Moment you have kids, your mind just, you be like, hey, forget Pop, I'm trying to save for my kids. I want them to play in the Little League. I went to go watch a football Little League, and most of my friends, all their kids play football. Just me being there, it's like, yo, bro, man, my son gonna do this, man. Yo, he gonna be president. And I'm like, man, like I said, our vision switched. First, we wanted to be like Dipset and Cash Money. That's even how far
change right now.
Even Dipset right now, they're trying to, now if you hear all the OG rappers, now they're talking about, oh, I'm trying to buy land. I'm trying to be self-ownership. Because they've got to a certain place, and I think that's
what Master P is doing right now. He's going around doing interviews, trying to talk about black, excellence too.
That's why when everything P Diddy being a billionaire, Jay-Z, like, people are excited, like, man, it's possible. And I think that if we keep that momentum trigger of as far as, man, me coming to this house, I told you when I came in, I was like, I was inspired. to me, if I think this is a black excellent thing, I can say, hey, bro, this black excellence, man, you living good, you got a family, you doing good. That's inspiration. So I'm just trying to find ways to inspire people with the platform. But I realized that blackness, there's different types of blacks.
Yes.
And that's where I wanted to find a way to unite the black diaspora by using the sports, music, conversation.
That's all I was trying to say to you, that we don't use one one tool to fix the whole tools, because at the end of the day, everybody's different and everybody looks different angle. Couple more questions that you're gonna give us your final words and your social media handles, and we're gonna get off this topic.
No
Dr. Kwesi said, given the premise of racial culture in the U.S., do you think blacks are looking for developmental progress instead of developmental change? That's also another topic for a different day, because progress and change is not the same thing.
Sheesh.
You got to change yourself before you get into the progress stage. But Jerry Kwabena-Kensis said, what we need to do is exactly what you're doing, creating platform with conversation. It's bold decision. Let's have positive mindset, not negative. Irrespective, we will have those people around us. I think that's the closure right there.
That's right.
Because at the end of the day, maybe my only problem is what happened to them? Louis Farrakhan, how many death threat messages is it getting? Jamal Johnson, Omar Johnson, what is he going through? Malcolm X, all these big men came and spoke the truth, and when they were talking to us, the people that got him, or them, went to our own. Said I'll call Judas as and then the hammer said, it's my prayers, he said. And share with them.
Thank you.
I'll make you big. Don't give what you and who things from a different angle. Instead of treating everybody like, oh, you know what, you just show me love. No more no sitting in and the better we hear, because at the end of the day, those are the same people that will rebel against what you're doing. What are your final words in your social media handles in case somebody want to contact you?
Man, my name is Harrison Poku. You can find me on IG, Harrison Poku, together, and on Facebook, just Harrison Poku. My final word is for everybody to know that anything you put your mind to, you could do it. Be nice, be positive, and I think you'll be rewarded a lot. And that is my final word. I know that we'll definitely meet again, and we'll definitely grow.
Sure.
And next you know, we might be on CNN having a discussion. You never know. That's how we do it.
Exactly. Because like I tell you what, man, once the program leaves here, anytime you get an update, you are most welcome.
No problem.
Anytime you get an update, you're most welcome to come by here, and just share with the people.
No problem.
It just started about heart, say, when a show like this is so educative now, people always want you to beg them to come listen. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to inspire you. It started with Feel Good Services too. Our first Feel Good interview that we did, we only had like 3 people watching. But now, once we go on Feel Good, everybody want to come listen to the next issue, what the next faces, what the next progress, and the little that we can do to elevate. And the good thing is we're both going to Ghana at the same time.
That's right.
So the good thing that we can do is we're going to put you on a platform whereby you can see other things from different angles, and be able to sail through and make your dream materialize.
Excellent.
So at this point in time in the watch, we still have Feel Goods in the studio. We have 10 minutes real quick to wrap it up. We'd like to get a heads up and the update for the 14th December event going on in Ghana right now.
All right, thank you very much, PK. Hey, thanks.
No problem, man. My brother, man, always.
Yeah. It's here for now, here for. We had a training every day.
Bubeno today,
thank you very much for being with us. Now, said I said there's no health without mental health. And really, if you're not feeling good, and nothing else matters, right? Because you cannot achieve excellence if you don't feel right. So December 14, 2019, our Tessado Depot, the auditorium, we're coming there live. We try to make this the biggest mental health education to ever hit the streets of Accra. I know I say you might be in the States and might not be able to attend, but hey, by you sharing, somebody else will see, will hear, and then we'll be able to make it. We have people coming because just as Harrison itemized, using music, food, actually they're in India and also something. By using music, food, and then
sports
to get people together. The same way for me in mental health, I believe in using one comedy, 2 music, and then 3 the education itself. Therefore, there are going to be comedians over there to, you know, make you laugh. I mean, who will be also still not getting the problem with that.
That's right.
One has to go away. Therefore, the laughter is going to take over from your problems. Then the other thing is we're going to have music, quality music, because good music is always good for the soul. Then we're also going to have education about the conditions themselves. We have 4 professionals coming out. You know, myself, I'm going to be there. Ramata, a psychiatrist at the Accra Psychiatric Hospital, is also going to be there. And then Jessica, who is also a psych nurse, is going to be there. Then, of course, you know, the Mental Health Authority CEO, Dr. Osei Ankasasube Ohodom. Itunia, that is the place we're going to be on December 14th at 2 p.m. sharp at Tessana Police Depot. Let's be.
Yo, ebusuafo nya da ye kosi e na ne piti. Si ye pe ye be hunti no na ye chiche cheboa. But okeka keka ni nyina no wan ka ne MC anka ho. Yes, I'll be the man in the place to hold the microphone. Na me so microphone there o ho ante a ebe ho no. Onsi ya bo twede apa na twede na empire no. Empire ebe ho no. Sa na be si. Na dwumedie no so na ka ekuku dam bebre be ba se be ne mi nwa ba Aram GH in the be hosting event no. It's going to be less talking, more education. Obi bum say na the education and you're talking and education you're talking, but kasa na be chire ni na e be less. So obi kasa na so be di no tiwa. And na wo say na wo ka no no esenke. But wo ka na say di pa kwa no e chire e obi fofo di nkomo we chire a na tese nya aka na fala. Sabe ya abo for mo so ya sna e di dwumedi ebramo I teach rupa any field services adaroma na e di dwumedi e ba mabobo ano a woni busu a wo hwe yi field services also so pede chira kwan a fiti na akoko si December 14 they will book here it after December 14 no for calendar share so mo wo Ghana mo hwe sabre utimi ebuki sa ko si tam na be fi Ghana January 4 it is from December 14 to 15th to January 4th no utimi epe wo booking shon say a personal private counseling and now say or social professional counselor so say personal private counseling and now say a year group setting you can go ahead and just do the group discussion and that's an individual impactation and also be wow so na cut stitches ye dey aboa ye dey asoda kese ma cut stitches na ma ya the traditional way kama papa
no also the family
also the palm there and I said
also the palm I come
so to cut stitches at that man just say oh yeah did that debut kama me dey back dey me talk and say twediampo adom ye awon fe any branisem but so one for rapano am round one as emfra we denkra emfa ya wa hye so bi ko hye bia emfa because body ni the emfa e cut stitches and the body na equal before God what is here Sammy producer director original fide nechi aje college
throw it up
the tutorials on kwa de wa phone I order the down fide the church say o me me fide ne furu ma no amaye ye dey asida kese so eba Harrison Poku CEO of Black Excellence ana Field Services Field Services so so mo ma dey djumedi ebramo no wa wanya da gentleman should be YouTube e HITV kono ko subscribe ko so ahwe HITV ya kramo bye bye.